Hi, welcome. I'm Reverend Dr. Brent Hawkes, the founder and executive director of Rainbow Faith and Freedom, and I was the senior pastor at the Metropolitan Community Church of Toronto for 40 years before I retired. Today I want to address the awful tragedy that's happened in the last few days in Nova Scotia. For those of you outside of Canada who may not be aware, Nova Scotia is one of our provinces on the eastern side of Canada. And in the past few days, at least 18 people were killed in rural parts of Nova Scotia. It's an awful situation for the families of those who were killed. It's awful for the RCMP. One of their own officers was killed. It's a terrible situation for people in rural parts of Nova Scotia, many who knew someone who was killed, and indeed all of us in Canada to be shocked in this way. It's the worst mass murder in modern times in Canadian history. And in situations like this, we have so many questions. How did this happen? Why did this happen? And there's so much that we don't know at this point. The problem that I want to address today is twofold. One, why questions? There's so much that we don't know. And the problem with why questions, why did this happen, why did he do this, is that at this point it's mere speculation. And it can really waste our time and energy and lead us to places where we don't need to go. And at some point, these questions are appropriate and we need to ask why. But right now, the police need to do their investigation and get some of the facts. But also right now, the question isn't why, it's what now? What can I do? What can you do right now? Certainly, we can remain calm. It's important to reach out to people in Nova Scotia if you have family or friends who live there. If you know any folks who are police officers, to reach out to them and just express your support, because all police services are going to feel vulnerable at this time. It's important to support mental health resources to be available for people, to donate to support for families when those kinds of opportunities are given. But I also wanted to address today spiritual resources. The importance of deeply grieving. Don't shy away from seeing the pictures on television of the family members, of the individuals who were shot. Grieve well, mourn well, feel the pain of the families at this time. Pray for those family members. You know, it's so difficult in the midst of the virus that we're experiencing when people are not going to be able to gather together in numbers to support each other, not going to be able to gather together for the usual situation of grieving and funerals, etc. But I would ask you to also pray for the family of the shooter who are devastated by someone in their family who did this. The Bible tells us to comfort those who mourn. This Friday, there's going to be a virtual vigil for people across Canada. Don't know the details yet, but if you can participate, to be a part of that. In the future, there will be times for us to ask questions about what does this say to us as a society? How can we do things differently? What about gun control? You know, folks are naturally going to ask the question right now, where's God in all this? Well, God is in this, in the way we respond, in how we care for each other, how we support each other, and what changes we need to make going forward. Thank you. If you found this video helpful, please click on like and share on your social media, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos. Feel free to post a comment with feedback and suggested topics for future videos. My organization, Rainbow Faith and Freedom, is focused on confronting religious-based discrimination against the LGBTI communities around the world by changing hearts and minds. If you would like to learn more about Rainbow Faith and Freedom or make a donation to this important initiative, please go to the website listed below this video. And if you'd like to support this video project, you can click on a link there too. Thank you.